Oh, yes. We are ending strong, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, so strong, we need something special for this occasion. And I actually just got this today, so you know what? This works out perfectly. So, you know that thing that I was going to wear in the last video, but it turned out the episode wasn't good? Well, it's time for you guys to actually finally see it. You ready? Yeah, how about that, huh? We have upgraded, because I can't find my other one. So, with the brand new Sonic hat on my head and the season finale in front of us, let's finish this. Let's finish off this long marathon with one final review in the best way possible, because this is a strong contender for one of the best of the season. So, let's talk about it. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your number one stop destination review anything and everything animation, including a hedgehog that runs faster than the speed of sound, as well as TV and movies. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome, one and all, to the big grand finale of the first ever SoniCemberX. The first of 3. We're going to do this again for 2 more years. With Season 1, Episode 26, Countdown to Chaos. After a very bland and boring and very crushingly disappointing exposition dumping poo-poo average bore from the previous episode, this is exactly what I needed. This is a strong finale that builds up hype for the next season. Very well, as a matter of fact. Now, let's get this out of the way right now. This entire final episode of the season is pretty much just one big battle. It's one big battle of Sonic against Eggman with this giant robot that's powered by a bunch of Chaos Emeralds, tying back into the Fortress battle from earlier in the season, but to a much bigger extent. Now, last episode, it had a lot of exposition that led to almost nothing. But this one, it manages to actually take some of that exposition from that previous episode that I didn't like, makes it work, and it works a lot better. Like, it manages to take things like Chris's little dilemma with not wanting Sonic to leave and doing all these other selfish, arrogant things. But then he makes up for it immediately by stealing the emeralds from Eggman after somehow finding a way to rip himself out of a wall. Yeah, I'm not going to try to explain that one. I honestly don't know. And of course, getting to say goodbye to Sonic one last time. And of course, Sonic gets to go super for the first time in the anime. And let me just say, something about seeing Sonic in his super form in anime is really cool. Maybe it's because I'm a big sucker of Dragon Ball Z, but something about Super Saiyans or Super Hedgehogs shown in this anime style, it looks, for lack of a better term, and apologies for my mild cursing here, bad ass. Like, Sonic looks so badass in this form, in this animation style, and it looks so good. And while unfortunately we don't get to see a whole lot of Super Sonic in this episode before Sonic returns to normal, the little bit we get to see of him is freaking awesome. So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this episode outside of that, aside from the fact that it ends with everyone ending up in Sonic's world, so now it's the reverse of what happened this season, which is a little weird, but I'm sure they'll explain it in the next season, so I'm not gonna complain. So, here's my written review. I hope you enjoy. Sorry it's not longer, but it's another one that's pretty straightforward. While the setup episode was a disappointing snooze fest, this final one ended this season with quite a huge bang. The best battle of the season by far. I love this battle. It is such a good fight. Superb writing, great action. Rouge finally interacts with the main cast, as in she tries to kidnap Chris for the emeralds just to make him drop it into the sea. you know what, I'll take a little interaction like that over getting absolutely nothing. Supersonic's first appearance in the show was awesome, and the way he just completely bodies Eggman shortly after, like that. Yeah, that's Sonic being Sonic at his most Sonic. The ending was emotional, the stakes are the highest they've ever been, and the cliffhanger leaves intrigue for what's to come next season. Which, for those of you who don't know, is the Adventure Sagas. Sure, it is pretty much just one big battle and then the ending leading into the next season, but so well executed that that's easy to overlook. Overall, it's a very strong and satisfying finale to a flawed but fantastic first season of the series, and I gotta say, Jason Griffith's voice acting here as Supersonic, awesome. Like, it almost sounds like something right out of Unleashed. So, excited to cover Season 2 next December, but for now, this is farewell. My final verdict for the season finale of Season 1 of Sonic X is going to be a 9 out of 10. Yes, we're not ending it with a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, no, but considering the boring snooze fest we looked at last time, I'll take it. This is a great episode, it's a strong one to end on, and arguably one of the best of the season. And with that, we're done. We have finished covering the entire first season of Sonic X. Holy crap. This was a big undertaking, this was a big endeavor, and I just want to thank all of you guys for watching so much. And even though I did have a few little bits of disappointment or over-criticalization, as I'm going to call it, I still really enjoyed doing this marathon. I always love talking about Sonic. He's arguably the reason why this channel even exists to begin with. So, it's always a thrill to talk about him here on the channel, regardless of how long or how brief the marathon or chat itself is. So, thank you all so much for watching all these reviews. Have a happy Merry December. Hope you had the happiest and most merriest of Christmases possible. And until January, I will see you all in the next review. Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays. And I'll see you in the next review. Take care, hedgehogs.
Lesson I'll soon forget. So listen and you won't regret. Be true to yourself, don't miss your chance, and you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants.